Hi everyone, I'm back again. I know I haven't been around much of late. There are many reasons as to why. I suppose those of you that are closest to me know those reasons. But hopefully you might see me a bit more regularly and yeah, we'll take it from there. So I am on a new design team. It's actually been a great help getting me through some of my darker moments actually, and I'm actually quite enjoying it and finding the joy just in life itself again a bit more. So this is my first design team project for Medieval Mirage, and you'll find her on Etsy. I will put the link to her Etsy store and her Facebook, YouTube and Instagram page for you, and you can go and check her out. Jaff is a lovely, gorgeous lady, and she designs the most amazing kits. I have had an absolute ball working with these, to the point I wasn't able to sleep most nights because I just had so much going through my mind with what I wanted to do. So yeah, let's get started. I've posted images of these on some of the Facebook groups, on my Instagram account. So now it's time to show you all. I finally finished off a few finishing touches yesterday, and finished putting the ephemera pieces in them as well. So they've had a lot of time, thought and effort put into them. Not sure what I'll be doing with these just yet. I don't want to sell them at all just yet. They might be given as gifts, and if I need to come up with another prize for the giveaway, then one of these will suffice as another prize from the draw. So let's start with this one. So I'll first explain the kits I used. I used a couple of the kits from Medieval Mirage. One of the main kits I've used is the Medieval Missives, okay, the add-on part 4 and part 5 kit. It holds a great deal of bits and pieces, numerous things. I'll show you some. So you get lots of these wax seals. So if you don't have a wax seal kit yourself, I do, but I've used these for the project, cut them out and use them that way. I have used the diamond glaze on some of them to give them a bit of a shinier look, and I've also used the glossy accents as well on some of them, and some I've left plain so they look just old and faded. You get things like this. You can cut them out, and as you see, I've used parts of mine there. And you also get, this is in part 5, you get all these little sayings, and I've used them throughout on the envelopes as well. That I found just brilliant. What else have we got that I can show you? So some of the images are things like this. So these are your tuck spots and pockets. And beautiful, beautiful images. These for me are just printed on plain A4 80 GSM paper, so it's quite thin. It's not a heavy duty paper that I would normally print on, for the fact I knew I was going to be backing them onto envelopes and so forth, and where I haven't, I've actually strengthened them with other bits and pieces. So things like that. You get these envelopes, which is what I have used throughout. So if you're into the Renaissance medieval thing, these kits definitely, you would absolutely just adore them. What else can I show you? This is one of the journaling card pages, and they print up so clear and beautiful. I've had an absolute ball So that's part of them, of the Medieval Missives kit. What else did I use? I've also used the Castle Chronicles add-on kit. I can find some stuff. These ones here. So they've got things like this, and this is actually a poem, a verse in here that I believe is actually written straight from the owner, Jaff herself, and I read it yesterday. It's absolutely beautiful. And you've got images like this. And here, and she's actually got little instructions that you can use them for if you need a bit of help. This is another one. This is from the Maidens and Manuscripts add-on kit, this one here. So I've used bits and pieces from all over the place. This one here is Medieval Missives, and it's an envelope, and it has that on the front of the envelope. That's from the Castle Chronicles. And this here is, whoops, from your Medieval Missives Add-on Part 4, and it's just little tags with words, and as you can see I've used one of these. And you can use them as tabs, all sorts of things. So that's part of what I've used in these these little envelopes, altered envelopes. I chose mainly to work with this image here. This is what's left from my cut-ups. This image here and this one here. So basically what I did was, I have a great love of the mini-series Rain. So for any of you who have seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. For anyone who has not seen it, it's obviously just a little mini-series in regards to Mary, Queen of Scots, and her time as in French court and marrying the young French prince and so forth. So this kit here, this one here, I have drawn down on the fact of this is a collection of letters that Mary, Queen of Scots, has kept along the way. And this here, I have taken inspiration. The person in this is actually Queen Mary. And this was a piece of jewellery that she perhaps gave to her king, King Francis, and on his death she was given it back. And she's kept it inside of her heirloom packet. So let's go in and have a look. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 envelopes to each set. So the first one is this little one, and that's the envelope that you saw on the piece of paper, and that's the glossy accents or the diamond gloss that I put on that. And I've just done a bit of stamping on the back and just a bit of collaging on the front. And the little pieces here are actually from the kit, little tuck spot pockets. I've lined the inside with some of the paper from that kit, so it's a little bit stronger. And then we just have some tags and tickets inside, and you can journal on those. So that paper there is from the kit. I'm trying not to rip them and ruin them too much, but every time I touch them, I'm giving them a bit more of a vintage, authentic look. So that's that one. This is probably my favourite kit, I think, that I've put together. Again, this is one of the envelopes, and I've just done a bit of embossing, some stamping, a bit of collage, and the altered paper clip that holds it shut. And that's the back. And inside this little one, okay, so she has a self-portrait, and I thought this here reminded me of Frances with the blonde hair, and then this here is the two of them, but I've also used this as something else as well, which is in the other kit. And you can journal on the backs of all of them. I've spent time trying to make them look old and authentic as possible, so it took a bit of time. My fingers towards the end were looking like I had been playing finger paint in a Tim Holtz ink pad, but it's been worth the effort. So they sit nice and snugly in there, and then the paper clip goes and holds that one shut. And then the next one is this one here. So again, it's very similar to the other one, just a bit of collaging here with trims and fabrics. I've got a seam binding bow. This here is embossing, and then I just hand painted that yesterday using a very fine tip brush and the Inca Gold on that. And that's the back, so that's in part of the kit, and I've just glued the ribbon down and glued that on top to hold it so it won't fall off, so when you undo it, it stays with the envelope. Little stamp there from the kit, so that's that part there. And then inside I've lined the envelope again as well, and then we just have some of the ephemera from the kit as journaling tags in here. I didn't want to fill these little ones too much, so they're probably a little bit more basic than the bigger, larger envelopes that I've created. So we'll do all these up later. So this one here, that's from the kit. This is an altered paper clip here. So it's just got some trims and laces and some sequins on it, and there's Queen Mary, and that's the paper from the kit, and there's the hidden paper clip there. And this here is from a vintage envelope I have, so I've scanned that and just ripped it apart, and that was on the envelope as well. Then the back, I've just did a bit of hand stitching there and just some layering, and then some stamping. And I've aged these envelopes myself. So inside, the things in here are a little bit more decorated than in the smaller ones because it was just impossible. I was busting the envelopes. So here we have a tag, and I've just done some layering with fabrics and trims and put some buttons on, so it was more like some leftover remnants from the makings of her dress and things that she may have thought that she would like to put on it. And then it's just backed with some of the paper from the kit as well. And one of the journaling tags, again it's just layered with some fabrics that Mary perhaps liked. And I've just grunged the back of that up. That's coffee or tea stained paper. And I've also got some vintage French letters in here. I've purchased the digital kit from Luna Rosu, I think is how you pronounce it. It's Sheena anyway, everybody knows who she is. And I've put the vintage letters, French vintage letters in here. So this is, I'm pretending it's, you know, a letter from Frances to Mary that she's kept. So you can keep folding it if you like, but I've just left it flat in here. So all of that goes back in here. I think I had it so the fabric was actually sticking out at the top, but you know, I'll put all these back after. It's time consuming. The next one, again, it's paper from the kit, some layering here, paper clip holds it shut, and this image here is from the kit as well. And if you've watched Rain, you'll obviously know the characters. This one here I thought reminded me of her friend and her lady-in-waiting, Aileen, I think her name was, Ailey. And she was one of the first characters that was dyed throughout the first or second season. And then in here we have another altered tag, which I've just used some layers there and some The lace here is from Bears and Lace. And then another vintage French letter. This is from the kit, so I just backed it onto some fabric, sewed it together, and another little letter. And you can also journal inside there as well. That's that. Just a journaling card there, and I've grunged the back of that up. Just some snippets for Mary to write her bits and pieces down, and another journaling card with some layering on it, and you can journal on the back. So that's what's in that pocket there. And then the last pocket is this big one here. So that just sits inside, and I'll go through that in a moment. And we have another altered paper clip here. The back, that's off the kit, and I just used the diamond glaze on that and just put some layers on it and a bit of stamping. And again, I've grunged up this envelope myself, and it's the same, so the seam binding won't fall off, it sits there. And it's from the same letter that I used earlier, and that's from the kit as well. And then inside here we have all sorts of bits and pieces. I think that's it. So just one of the plain journaling cards that you can journal on. That's out of the kit. And then this is one of the French letters, and then I just decorated a bit. Sorry, I've got a sore back. Just a bit of layering here. The stamp is out of the kit. This is off of an envelope that's in the kit, and I just cut the front off and just distressed it up a bit. Then on the back, it's one of the tags from the kit that I showed earlier. It's just backed onto some fabric and some of the paper from the kit. And then we have another vintage French letter inside, and it just closes like that. So that's that one. And this is actually a poem that I believe has come from Jaff. I won't read it out, but it says at the bottom, "From the dusty archives of Jaff's quill." Now, Jaff is the actual owner of Medieval Mirage, so I actually believe, you clever lady, that you've actually put this poem together. If my back wasn't aching so much, I'd stand there and read it out, but I can't stand or sit for too long. So that's another altered tag. So what I did was I used one of the journaling cards, layered a book page behind it, and some tea stained or coffee stained paper, and just aged it so that it looked like it had been centuries old. And that's just one of the images of in the kit, which to me is Mary Queen of Scots, and it's just layered, and you can write on the back of it. So that's what's inside this envelope here. And then in here I created a little booklet type thing. I haven't put any paper or anything in it, so what I did was, the other envelope set has exactly the same thing, and in here I just sort of thought Mary might have liked to have kept a keepsake of her dear friend Aileen, or Ailey I think her name is, and she's kept her portraits in here for memory's sake. And then she's got some journaling tags in here, which I've just used a small little brad to hold on to there, so she can jot some memories down of her dear friend. I mean, if you wanted to, you could sew in some pages and put extra bits and pieces in, but that's what I created the wallet for. And this paper here is also from the kit as well. It's absolutely scrumptious, love them. And I just put some beads on the end of the sari silk there. So that is the first kit, the jewellery piece there. So I've done that myself and put all that back together after. And then the second kit is this one here. So it's using the same paper lines again, just different style set, I suppose. I tried to stick to the boho sort of theme, as you can see here, but I kind of still went back to the shabby look. I just can't help myself. Sorry, I'm just drinking. So this again, I was sort of envisaging Greer and Leith, actually. I thought their love story was just beautiful, and I was actually hoping that the two of them would get together and get married as Leith climbed the elevation ranks, but it didn't happen. Never mind. So in here, I thought, well, this is Greer's memory collection of her time with her forbidden lover, Leith, because he was beneath her station. So again, one of the small envelopes that I created, and these have all got the little sayings on the back of the envelopes for these ones here. And they contain pretty much the same as the other set, so just some small journaling cards. And this one here is one of the vintage letters, French vintage letters, and I just stuck that little journaling card in the little pocket here. It's one of the wax seals. So this would be Leith's letter to Greer that she was holding and hiding. That sits there, and then I just had this journaling card just sitting in there like that. Then they go back there, and again I lined the envelope as well with one of the pages from the kit just to give it a bit more sturdy so it wouldn't fall apart. And this one here has one of the hidden paper clips. There's just some fabrics and some sari silks and some trims. One of the stamps from the collection, I've just laid up, and again it has one of the quotes from the kit and just some embossing on the envelope as well. I haven't put too much in this one, I think it's only got one in it, so that's the portrait of Leith and Greer. Goes back in there. And that goes on there. And again, just some layering there. Back of the envelope. With one of the wax seal stamps that I cut out. And one of the sayings on here, and again it's been embossed. So this is actually an envelope from the kit. One of the stamps as well. And then in here we have just journaling cards. So just a spare portrait. And some old vintage ephemera from the kit. And just some of the leftover paper from when I created the little booklets I stuck in there as well. And again, we've got an altered paper clip on here with some sari silk, crochet trim, doily, bit of fabric trim and a button. And it's the hidden envelope, so I just backed it onto some more of the sari material. And then that there, it's one of the pockets from the kit. And the back there, I have another quote on there. And the embossing. And again, I've just distressed this envelope up myself. It was actually completely white when I started. We have here another French vintage letter from Sheena's shop. Another letter from Leith to Greer. And then you can journal on the inside. And then that's just one of the wax seals that I've put the diamond glaze over the top of, and then just more fingers and thumbs today. The medication makes me a bit shaky. That's there, one of the journaling cards, and I've just laid it and sewn that on. Another another portrait tag there. You can journal on the back. Another journaling tag. And some snippets for Bria to write her thoughts and so forth down. She was one of Mary's ladies in waiting, and often did a bit of spying. So she'd need snippets to write all her findings down on so she could report back to Mary. So that all goes in there. And this larger envelope here, again, was white, and I distressed the envelope and just done some layering with some of the papers from the kits. And I've popped on one of the sayings on there. It's also got the embossing on it, and then that one there has that saying on the back there. And then just some of the layering of the sari silk on there. Leith loved writing letters. There's another one. And then you can journal in there if you wanted to. Just a journaling card that I've laid up behind book page and some tea stained or coffee stained paper. Another journaling card you can journal on the back of. And then I just did some layering with various fabrics and trims onto this one here. That one goes in there. Oops, now I've lost my little duvalaki. I'll do that later. And this one here has got the same thing. So I've done a little bit of layering on the front of this one. And it's got the sari silk closure on this as well. And she's done the same thing, kept a little image of her dear friend that she was lady in waiting with. And I haven't put anything in here. So I'll have to put something in here. And that's paper from the kit as well. So that's that part. And then in this envelope here, again, I've distressed it, used papers from the kit, and that's a stamp from the kit. And that's just fixed onto the fabric, onto the envelope. The back of the envelope is one of the wax seals holding down the sari silk there, and then I've got one of the quotes on the back. And then in here we've also got journaling card, and I've laid up some fabrics and trims on that one, and also done the same for this one, some layers on the journaling card. And I've also included that poem as well in here for that one as well. So that's all inside of this one. Now I think I had to fold the fabric this way. I was learning very quickly that if you overstuff the envelopes, you kind of run into a bit of a problem with closing it. So I had to stop. I just kept going and going. I thought, I'll have to stop because I'll never close these envelopes again. So that is what I have been working on over the last week and a half. And I will be back with some more bits and pieces. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Thumbs up. Any questions, comments, keep them nice, please. And I will see you all soon. Bye. Hi everyone, just popping in to go over a couple of the entries that I've received for the giveaway that's being hosted here on my YouTube channel. The giveaway is now closed as of Friday the 19th of April. So far I have 4 entries. So I guess the upside to that is pretty much everyone is guaranteed to win something. I think there is another 1 or 2 coming in the mail during the week. So I will wait for those to come in, and I will draw the winner next Friday, next Thursday or Friday. I'll see when those entries come in, seeing as it's a public holiday here today, Monday, and Thursday's another public holiday being Anzac Day, so the post might be a bit slower. So if you did send an entry in and I do not have it, please do get hold of me and let me know so I can try and track it down. Otherwise, at the moment, this is all I have. So let's go through them. I'll just put them aside. So entry number 1, this was the very first one that I opened. And entry number 1 is Vicky Whitsitt. Vicky, your entry is absolutely gorgeous. My daughter and I sat and opened this together and she was just in awe, as was I. So Vicky's made a little flip book here. And the snippet bits in it. It is just gorgeous and I absolutely love it. Thanks, Vicky. So there's that. And this is her page entry here. So the giveaway was to create a journal page. So you were going to fold a piece of A4 or whatever size, legal size paper that you have in your country to fold in half and decorate in your style. So it looks like we have a decoupaged napkin here on top of the white sack bag, and inside it obviously there's some bits and pieces, there's some lace down the side, and she just has a little saying here. I'm in a new area for filming and I'm actually not liking it. So it says, a friend may be waiting behind a stranger's face. And inside the pocket she's made a little envelope. Life is better with friends. So it's got music paper and she's put wax paper over the top and it feels amazing. I absolutely love that. So inside here we have just a few bits and pieces. So we have a little card here that she's collaged. And on the back, friendship, said Christopher Robin, is a very comforting thing to have. That's beautiful. And then we have just a little fabric piece that she's stamped the Tiffany & Co stamp on. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's that, and that goes inside the pocket there. I'll show you the back too because she's got some washi tape on the back. Then on the inside page we have this here. Life isn't about having 1,000 friends, it's about finding the very right ones you need. And then the next one, there are no strangers here, only friends you haven't yet met. So it's a belly band, and then we have a fabric tag that's got some embroidery on it. It's gorgeous, I love that. And then the larger tag in the back. The paper's so beautiful, it's shabby chic, it's gorgeous. So that sits in that one there, and then this one sits in here. I think how I put it back was up this way. The layering also is beautiful that she's done in here. On this page she's created a pocket with some vintage paper. And then up here we have, there's not a word yet for old friends who've just met. And then this one here, a friend is one of the nicest things you can have and one of the best things you can be. And then in the pocket she's made some tags, and I love this. This is just gorgeous. What if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? And then we have the journaling card there. A sweet friendship sweetens the soul. And I can journal on those. And her back page is some music sheet, one of these beautiful flower cards here, an old vintage stamp, and this one says, "Let us be grateful to people who make us happy. They are the charming gardens who make our souls blossom." And then inside she's just got a couple of tags. That was lovely, dear. It says there, little ballerina. Oops, dropping everything. And then this one, the music of my heart. Very pretty. Absolutely love these. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So thank you, Vicky, and good luck in the drawing. And Vicky also sent just a few additional bits and pieces as well, so I'll just go over those because they're phenomenal. So this is a little mini file folder. We've got a little tag hanging off the side, and then in here is one of those Tim Holtz, I don't know what you call it, but it's a Tim Holtz die, and there's just little tags in there that she's popped in. I'll have to get this die, I love it. And then on this side we've just got some paper that she has sewn in, just a little booklet. And I'm assuming this is the Tim Holtz paper because I think I have this one. It's absolutely gorgeous, I love that. And she sent me some of these as well. I believe you ladies are acquiring these from your local Target stores, these seed packets. We do have Target here in Australia, but yeah, we don't have anything quite like this. Our stores don't stock a lot of, like, I suppose, crafting supplies. It's mainly paint and pencils and books and glue and stuff that you just use really much for infant art and craft, I would call it. But anyway, so that's entry number 1. That's from Vicky. And Vicky, I do have your card and I have read it, and thank you very much. Now entry number 2 came from Karen O'Reilly, one of my favourite persons to watch. I admire her work so greatly. So Karen, thank you for entering, and also for you, good luck. She made the most gorgeous snippet roll. I absolutely love this. So let's have a quick look because it's absolutely beautiful. I'll try and get this in. I'll have to work on the filming area. I've set up the new desk and stuff. I actually don't like filming here. I have to go back to the old way. But it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Karen. I absolutely love it. As to cutting it up, I don't know. I think I might just hang this up, I think, to add to the splendor of what I'm trying to create in my craft room. Absolutely love it. Okay, so this is Karen's journal page here. So her front page, she's got a pocket up the top, and she's gone for the corset theme in here. And then we have a large tag in here, so they all go back in there. And on the side there's another one, and then on the paper clip, it's handmade by Karen. And then we have her little note there, which I have read. Thank you, Karen. And they stick just there. And then you flip open, and she's done some collaging work here, and I absolutely love this. It's so lovely to touch. My daughter couldn't stop running her fingers over it. So that flips up. And then in here we have a pocket. Sorry. And there's tags inside the pocket, and some more journaling cards in here. And then on this side, I'd have to zoom in, I think. On this side we have another pocket full of journaling cards, and again Karen's done some really beautiful layering here. Absolutely love her layering. It's just so gorgeous to touch. It's beautiful. And then our journaling cards that she's filled the pocket with. And her back page, this is a really cool idea. It's a door and it opens up and it's got pockets in it. Isn't that so cool? And the pocket is just loaded with some more journaling cards. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Karen, for your entry. Absolutely love it. And these are little, I should show you, these are tuck spots on the sides here that she's created. She's threaded some seam binding through the crocheted lace here, and it just sits like that, and you close it up and it's absolutely beautiful. I love this image here, it's gorgeous. And I think up the top, I think this is another, yes, that's right, there's a tuck spot up the top with the journaling card. So that's that entry as well. So entry number 2 is Karen O'Reilly. Now entry number 3 is my dear friend Eleanor, and she sent me quite a few little goodies inside this little box here with her page. I've got a nice big paper, peg here, some lace, and another journaling card. We'll go through her page in just a moment because it's so stunning. And then inside here she has used an inventory card. That'll be from A Tattered Dream. So she's ripped the top part off and she's folded over the top part, and she's used it as her little greeting card to me, and she's sewn on some of the lace that you can get from A Tattered Dream, and also this little mint trim that's from A Tattered Dream as well. So Eleanor has given me a couple of doilies. Beautiful. I love this colour. I believe Eleanor is so extremely talented, and I wouldn't mind betting that Eleanor actually crocheted those herself. I've got some more of this gorgeous lace from Eleanor, and I'm probably going to use these in some shabby chic flowers, and this gorgeous trim here, which we can use as well. So there's those few things from Eleanor, and then her entry is this page here. Isn't it stunning? I love the image here, and she's got a shabby chic flower, little bottle, and she makes these tiny little scrolls. They're sitting in there. And then we have some collage and layering in here of vintage tickets, a leaf, some wax paper and vintage papers in behind it. It's absolutely amazing. I have been through every stitch of this journal, and that's Eleanor there. Snowing Art Dreams is where you'll find her on Instagram and YouTube. I'm actually going to put all the links to these ladies in the description box, as well as to where you can find them, whether it be, you know, their YouTube channel, the Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find them. So this is the inside page that she's created, A Day to Remember. This is a little puffy fabric pocket. It's so cute. Butterfly there, and the trim here is from A Tattered Dream as well. So inside the pocket we have a little journaling card and one of these skeleton leaves, and this is a glassine bag, and it's also got another vintage image in it. And the next page over, I might zoom in while we're doing this. So we've got a collage of tickets up the top here. It's a little pocket. So they all sit in here. And then we have a little bit of a flip here. Just used a little tab. These are from Dreams, etc. And then we have a little bulb pin, a button, little old tag, and the vintage image here, and some more layering. And behind it we have a glassine bag, and inside there's this, so a few things in here. So Alan has actually stuck the ticket to the glassine bag and put a little bow on there. And isn't this just gorgeous? I love it. Little fabric and trim piece there. It's so cute. And then just a vocabulary card, which will be from A Tattered Dream. And they all sit in there and tuck in behind the pocket. And then the back page. And she's got Madrid, which is where Eleanor is from. And this beautiful image. And this is just gorgeous, this fabric. Absolutely beautiful. It's so soft. And inside the glassine bag we have a vintage receipt, birds of a feather. So she's done some stamping, and then she's done some collage work, and we have a little Regency lady there, and it's from this washi tape here. And then it's just some layering on the top here. It's absolutely beautiful. Love it, Eleanor. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it. So that's entry number 3. And I love this lace, the grey lace. Absolutely beautiful. Was awestruck by that. So that's entry number 4, and again to you, Eleanor, good luck in the drawing. And then our last entry at the moment is entry number 4, Kerry Sawyer. And Kerry has done a little collage piece here. So cute. I actually love that, Kerry. A little tuck spot here. Kerry's new to junk journaling. And she's here in Australia. So she's a little pocket there, and that sits in there. She's got some little buttons along the side. It's a bit of a sewing theme, I think. A little tuck spot here with another tag there. And then we have, she's done a zipper here. And it's quite cute. I've done this before in one of my journals, where you grab your zipper and you sew it to the inside of a piece of your paper, or you can even use fabric. And well, the zippers don't actually work, you leave them. And then she's put a bit of an applique down there, and so it acts as a pocket, a bit of a tuck spot. So the tag that she's created is that there. It flips open and it has some needles in it. It's very cute. So that sits in there. And then she's made some little spool tags and put some rickrack and a button on that one, and some ribbon and a button on that one. So thank you very much, Kerry, for submitting an entry into the draw. This is so cute. And then on the back she's put in, I believe this is a Kaiser Craft line here, because I used this in a sewing theme journal myself. Just a journaling card there. And she's done a little bit of collage working. So that's entry number 4 for Kerry Sawyer. So again, Kerry, good luck to you as well. So that's all I have to show you for now for the giveaway. I will come back during the week once I've finished off the prizes. I've pretty much got 1 and 3 organised. And and I have to finish off the bits and pieces going in the file folder for prize number 2. And if this is all I'm getting for this giveaway, then Kerry, I will probably make another something or other, something small, and that way everybody will get something. Okay, so that's it for now. So thanks everyone. Bye.